Hello and welcome to Underground Beat. I'm your host, Gizmo, and this is the first episode. I thought to kick things off, I would start out with just doing kind of some samples of new drum and bass tracks that recently released for the month of April. I'm still kind of playing around with the format, so, any positive feedback is welcome. My intention here is to try to get some of the new music out to people who potentially have not heard it as of yet. Get some fresh ears on some new beats. I haven't reached out to any of the producers or record labels. I just kind of did this on my own to spread the love around. Hoping that as I make new contacts, I'll try and get some DJs on here for interviews. If there's any upcoming events in your areas, maybe I'll be able to work with some of the producers, promoters, bring you some behind the scenes information that way so that you're up to date on everything that's going on. I did a lot of research and I put together a spreadsheet. If I was able to find like a SoundCloud or website for a DJ or record label, I included that on there. Also, along with their Beatport information, in case you come across a track that you really liked and you want to go ahead and buy it, maybe even incorporate it into your sets. I really, really do encourage you, if you do find something that you enjoy, please support the musicians, the creators, the record labels, so that they can keep bringing you the music that you love. That's my primary goal here, is just to get as much information out that I can to the masses of the fans of the music. And like I said, me, myself, I'm an old school party kid. I've been around the block so many times I wore a groove in it. So, my roots are from the ATL, and got a lot of friends there. I don't live there anymore. I recently moved, but I still have plenty of connections to that scene. And I'll be reaching out to friends of mine, contacts, and hopefully trying to make some new ones, to bring out some interviews and some more information. But that being said, I just wanted to kick things off with kind of like a little sample platter of a bunch of new tracks. I'm not playing the entire tracks. I'm just playing sections of the track. And I have provided links to where you can hear the full track in its entirety and or purchase it. I don't want to, take anything away from the creators. I'm just trying to spread the love around, like I was saying. I'm just trying to get some fresh ears on some new beats. That being said, thank you again for your time, and I hope you enjoy what I put together for you.
Shade across, we move in unison. Frequencies avert oppression till we move as one. Red alert! Evacuate the echo chamber. Leave a cell, activate, engage. Seek the seating stages. We read from pages, kept for generations excavated. Brace for changes, we invade this clear on present danger. Red alert! Yo, evacuate the echo chamber. Leave a cell, activate, engage. Seek the seating stages. We read from pages, kept for generations excavated. Brace for changes, we invade this clear on present danger.
The source of the trouble appeared to be that Napoleon and Mr. Pilkington had each played an ace of spades simultaneously. 12 voices were shouting in anger, and they were all alike. No question now what had happened to the faces of the pigs. The creatures outside looked from pig to man, and from man to pig, and from pig to man again.
Evacuate the echo chamber, leave a cell, activate, engage, seek the seating stages. We read from pages, kept for generations excavated. Brace for changes, we invade this clear on present danger. Yo, evacuate the echo chamber, leave a cell, activate, engage, seek the seating stages. We read from pages, kept for generations excavated. Brace for changes, we invade this clear on present danger.
And from pig to man again.
force of nature, the instigator make you meet your maker. Beat a bark upon the rhythm, none are relocator. Track controller, run the pressure in the incubator. All that's left was faded numbers on a piece of paper. Cold-blooded execution, yeah we move in silence. The satellites, diffuse the messages in ultraviolet. Code and language shade across, we move in unison. Frequencies avert oppression till we move as one. Red alert, evacuate the echo chamber. Leave a cell, activate.
I said, save a little for me. Running on. Yeah, I can be what you want, not what you need.
combinations from the masters. Unorthodox combinations from the masters. Unorthodox combinations from the masters.
Sometime you can make a pressure just unwind. Sometime it's for your spirit and your mind. Sometime enter in the dance, plug it in and we begin. Crowd up in the center, they watch for the rhythm. Watch the way we drop it in a mix timing. Rise and amplifying when we come in with the swing.
Enter in the dance, jungle music it a spin. Crowd up in the center, them a ride the rhythm. Ride up on the rhythm till the early morning. Cause everywhere we got them love the vibes we a bring. Just set up the microphone, we all harmonizing. Ravers them a scalp, we all synchronizing. Straight from out the end, we all maximizing. Now come on the jungle list, we all super styling.
Just following the pattern, naturally harmonizing. Climbing to
Bag along talking, I beg you no skylarking. And if you feel like dancing, from now till the morning, now till the morning. I bag along talking, I beg you no skylarking. And if you feel like dancing, from now till the morning, now till the morning.
ain't famous, bitch, I'm speeding. I get there, mic check 1, 2. How we feeling? Got bass you can sink your teeth in. Got range you can send your weekend. Been getting these labels streaming. Zoe was a private meeting. Gotta keep that love heart beating. Insta, I'm slowly leaking. Jungle ting some evenings. I'm Amber when I'm speaking. We love drums and bass. Everywhere we go, they love drums and bass. We love drums and bass. Everywhere we go, they love drums and bass. We love drums and bass. Everywhere we go, they love drums and bass. But when the drops coming, gotta get it on tape. And then it's like, hit 'em with the bass face.
should go and find another. You should. I don't really need to take the shit. Give me my things, I'll be on my way.
Lost the pain, yeah, I'm on my way. If I lost my way, you see that's not today. Still I tolerated all your toxic traits. Lost some weight, crossing all these words that I was gonna say. You never even knew what love was. Wasted all these years based on fears, there's no love lost. I don't waste no tears by the time you hear this song. Back my bags are packed and I'll be on my way.
I ain't got the time to deal with this. You should go and find another fool. I don't really need to take the shit. Give me my things, I'll be on my way. I ain't got the time to deal with this. You should go and find another. I don't really need to take the shit. Give me my things, I'll be on my way. I'll be on my way. There'll be no turning back on my way. There's nothing you can say, yeah. My mind's been made, and I can't stay this time. I ain't got the time to deal with this. You should go and find another. I don't really need to take this shit. Give me my things, I'll be on my way. I ain't got the time to deal with this. You should go and find another. I don't really need to take this shit. Give me my things, I'll be on my way.
Yeah. Shy effects.
Yeah.
Children of Zeus.
On my way.
Yeah, yeah. Zeus to the world.
It would you slate it? I ain't saying that it's right or wrong. It's your business if you're writing checks or writing songs. You could be looking stacks every time that you cook another batch of your foot store that's looking to laugh and have you ask, what's your legacy? What's your pedigree? Are you setting about being what you're set to be? What's your motive? What's your mission? What's your vocation? What's your vision? What's your legacy? What's your pedigree? Are you setting about being what you're set to be? What's your motive? What's your mission? What's your vocation? What's your vision? What's your legacy? What's your pedigree? Are you setting about being what you're set to be? What's your motive? What's your mission? What's your vocation? What's your vision? What's your legacy? What's your pedigree? Are you setting about being what you're set to be? What's your motive? What's your mission? What's your vocation? What's your vision?
Definition control, premonitions and pros, one step ahead of life and it shows. Got the game in a lock, no rehearsals or props. Run the crowd when they flock, my words they grow, harvest and crop. Style, precision and grace, even moving at pace. Universe, my faith, so I dive eight when I strafe. From the pen and my pad, got ravers chanting it's mad. Don't mean to show off or brag, but I've got big tunes in the bag.
We ride ready with the riffs. Grip hard and clench fists. Looking over water, that's the myth. Balance and assist. Staring through the mist. Keep it calm for the switch.
thank you so much for spending your time with me here today. This brings the first episode of Underground Beat to a close. I will be posting the spreadsheet that I put together along with the information for the songs, the artists, the record labels that I was able to find. I'm going to put it out on Twitter and on Facebook, and I'll even link it to this video itself if I'm able to. If you enjoyed what I put together for you today, please like, share, and subscribe. Let your friends know. And I'm trying to build a nice little community here, and I hope that you found value in what I put out today. And that being said, have a good rest of your day, and thanks again for spending your time with me. This has been Underground Beat.